Hey guys, Sin here. In today's video, I'll be launching the ISV Vega to Proxima Centauri. Now, if you don't know what that star system is, it's a red dwarf orbited by 2 or 3 planets, depending on who you ask. We basically know nothing about the system. We know that for sure 2 planets exist around it with the potential 3rd one, but we don't know what the environments of those planets are like. Now, Proxima d, the closest to the star, is presumably a hot, rocky world, kind of similar to Mercury. Proxima b, the next planet from the star, we know even less about. We know it's in the habitable zone, but we don't know what its environment is like. We don't even know if it's rocky. It could be an ice giant and we just don't have the tools to detect it. And the 3rd planet, Proxima c, we know even less about than Proxima b. It potentially has a big ring system, but again, we don't know for sure. Anyways, as you can see, I'm performing my interstellar transfer burn. This will set the crew on a course to Proxima Centauri that will last about 150 years. Now, I sped up this footage a lot, but it actually took like half an hour for each of these burns, which compared to how it would be in real life isn't really that long. Each of these burns would have taken months to complete. One thing you'll probably notice about the ship now is it's tinted red. Proxima Centauri, being a red dwarf star, gives off almost exclusively red light. But anyway, here is a tour of the ISV Vega. So up at the top you have the interstellar drive stage, sky crane, whatever you want to call it. It basically houses all of the fuel, all of the necessary components to go interstellar. It also has a giant laser sail at the top. Moving down the ISV, you have 2 separate modified starships. One of them is just a mining drill and a fuel tank, and the other one will deliver a surface base to the surface of Proxima Centauri. Here's the landing pad that the cargo starship and the crewed ones will land on, because the surface of Proxima b is very rough and uneven. Speaking of the crewed starships, here they are. They have a crew capacity of around 30 each, so plenty enough to land all of the colonists on the surface. Now, if you're worried about the colonists' health, they're all in those gravity rings. Those are being spun up to give them a sense of gravity, but they're in cryostasis anyway, because who's living 100 years, right? So anyway, you have the Whipple shields at the bottom. These are to protect the crew and the rest of the ISV from interstellar dust particles, because even a stray atom of like hydrogen or something could severely damage the ship. Anyways, right now we're capturing into orbit of Proxima Centauri b, and in a moment we'll be zooming out to see the surface of the planet and scout out a landing location. I chose to represent Proxima b by a tidally locked, semi-habitable world, as a lot of media shows. So right now, I'm just going to be landing the mining rig and everything onto the surface so we can start collecting fuel to refuel the starships, blah blah blah, you get the idea. Now, the hardest part of this mission was landing the stuff. Even though I had no collision damage and everything on, it was still a pain to get everything like lined up, coming into the atmosphere, and as you can see here, I even had to like move closer to the lake because I missed it. Now, you may be wondering why the water on Proxima b is purple. I like to think that there's microorganisms swimming inside of it that give it its purple color, but I don't really have a scientific explanation for that. I just thought it would be cool, you know? As you can see, I'm docking the cargo starship to the gravity ring so the crew can take care of a few things inside of the starship. But while they're doing that, the sky crane will be delivering the landing pad. Now, as you're about to see, I wasn't able to land the sky crane, so I kind of had to detach the landing pad and activate its own parachute, which came with its own problems. I had to reload a quick save because I accidentally let the landing pad crash, but I eventually got it figured out and got the landing pad docked to the mining rig. And since the colonists won't be returning to Earth, I could just delete the interstellar drive stage because there's not really any point to keep it in orbit. It's completely useless now. Anyway, Now I'm going to be landing the cargo starship. This will deliver a surface base and a couple other things to the surface of Proxima Centauri, specifically solar panels, which will power the base for now. Now I had to reload this like at least 10 times because I kept overshooting or undershooting. It was just a pain to get this thing landed. But as you can see, I managed to eventually get it right. It was still kind of wonky, as you're about to see. And it wouldn't have been possible without, like, no heat damage or collision damage or anything. And I even had to boost back to the base because I kind of overshot it. And as you're about to see, I scraped the ground, which would have definitely destroyed the starship. But I eventually got it landed and moved on to the landing pad. Now, in real life, there would be like a bunch of cranes and everything on the starship, but I just had to use zero gravity to get it all moved. But anyway, now we're going to be landing the crew. Now, this was the most finicky part of this mission. I had to reload, like relaunch the entire thing a couple times just to get the bugs sorted out. Because I figured out a glitch, or maybe it's an intended feature, where if you have two things connected by a solar panel and then retract the solar panel, the things will still be connected. Now, I used that glitch to land both of the starships at the same time, because realistically, a lot of these landings would have taken place parallel to each other, but that's just impossible in SFS. Now, the starships themselves didn't have enough fuel to land, but I had the forethought to pack a bunch of parachutes onto them, because realistically landing with just engines is already really dangerous. Add in like 60 colonists into the mix and you have recipe for disaster. Anyways, thanks for watching, and the next video I'm going to be doing is just talking about my favorite exoplanets. I've kind of gotten really into doing these voiceovers, even if I'm not that good at it. Anyway, make sure to hit that like button if you want to see more of this type of content. But anyway, see you later. Bye!